there is a significant amount of play in the shifter. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lubar's Garage, and today we're going to be working on the 2001 Subaru Forester. We're going to be concentrating on the shift linkage today because when I first bought the car, there was a lot of slop in the shifter. I also did take a look on the undercarriage just to see what the OEM parts look like, and a lot of them are pretty old. A lot of the rubber has just been cracking and brittle. Today we're going to do some upgrading and also some replacing of some vital parts that'll cause our shifting to be a lot more crisp. So I'll show you what I got. So let me show you first really quick why we're doing this today. So as you can see, there is a significant amount of play in the shifter. It's in neutral, but there is too much going on right here. A big part of the reason here is because of this part right here, the shift linkage. A lot of the times just goes bad, gets worn out. Today we got a brand new OEM Subaru part. We're gonna change that out. We also did get a white line Subaru shift kit. This is gonna be for the linkage at the bottom of the undercarriage, and this is made out of polyurethane, so it's gonna be a lot smoother. You got your polyurethane discs on the side there, so this is gonna be a nice upgrade because this car definitely still has the OEM rubber from when they first made it. Time to change that out. So we got this as well. All right, now you've seen what we're gonna be doing. Let's go ahead and jump into it, and let's head on to the undercarriage of this car. The culprit is that piece right there. We're also gonna change out the bushings on this. We're gonna change this mount as well. And we got that white line kit to replace this bad boy. Hopefully the bolts don't give us any issues. All right, next we're gonna remove this rear bracket, and we're gonna replace it with the new white line. All right, next we are going to remove the trim. So now we have access to the rest of the shift linkage here. We will remove this plate. Okay, now that we got the screws out, let's go ahead and take our plate out. Let's remove these bolts real quick. I love these ratcheting wrenches, man. If you don't have a pair of these, you definitely need to get some because they make life a lot easier. The bolt out. Our linkage is free. Now we'll be able to go back down and get this thing off. Here is the damage we got so far. Okay. We got the rubber boot. We got the linkage off. And we got the shifter off of the linkage. But now we have to go back underneath and release the cotter pin so we can take the shifter out because it's kind of in the way. All right, we got the clip out. Okay, well that released that. Okay, so we're back up top here. We're gonna remove our shifter. Lots of progress so far. Next, let's go back down to that linkage that we pulled off and let's install the new white line polyurethane kit. All right, guys, so what we have here is this white line shifter kit. This comes with everything that we will need in order to upgrade the parts on the shifter link here. Here we have the old one. As you can tell, it's pretty mangly. So this will take its place. Polyurethane, and looks like it's got the same holes and everything like that, which is great. And then we're gonna be installing these on the side here. Let's go ahead and start with this. So with this, because it is all one piece, we are going to have to cut around the rubber here so we'd be able to take it off on the other side. So that's why we have our blade here. So we're just gonna cut around it, get the whole thing off here. Just use this flathead to pry it out. Okay, there we go. We got it off. Now we got that out, let's go ahead and remove this part back here. There we go, easy enough. Well, first we're gonna go ahead and press these into here like that, and the other one here. Perfect, just like that. And these are gonna be the bolts that are gonna be bolting onto the chassis. That should help in the aid of installing this bad boy. Next, we are going to move on to installing these pucks on the side here. Literally just drop them in. Just like that. And then we'll be using this supplied, I believe it's a 36 millimeter bolt there. Got them in. Nice and tight. Let's go ahead and lubricate these. Get the inside. That is all set to go, so we'll put that aside for now. We'll come back to it a little bit later. Next, we are going to clean this out, fill it with fresh lubricant, because this thing is disgusting. Who knows how long it's been that way. Do a quick little cleanup. I think at some point down the road, probably be a good idea to change these bushings out as well. We'll make a mental note of that. Yeah, this thing is grimy. Put the gasket back in. Just fill this up with a little bit more grease. All right, there we go. I was finally able to knock this part out, and as you can see, this thing has a lot of play. You probably can't see it on the camera, but when I wiggle it back and forth, this thing is toast. We got a new one that we are going to be replacing it with, and this should take care of most of the sloppiness in our shifter. Let's go ahead and unbolt this and install the new one. And the way that I got the roll pin out was with one of these. If you have one of these, this is gonna make your life a lot easier. And if you don't, then I guess you gotta go the old-fashioned way and use a punch and a hammer. Let us take this old part off and get the new one in there. Here is the old part, and here is the new part. Oh yeah, this is way more solid than the last one, that's for sure. Look at that. Just flops down. This one, I gotta push it down, up and down. Slide this back into place. Okay, there's the new assembly. Let's go ahead and reinstall it. Thanks, man. New parts, guys. I wonder what that is. Stay tuned. Wow, that went on a lot easier than taking it off. Now it's time to insert our roll pin. Got our new piece in, and the roll pin was a very big pain in the butt. Now it's time to reinstall our arm here with the new white line polyurethane bushings. The bushing plate is done. There is our new plate. Now we gotta button this up. There we go. Ow. We got our return spring. Yay. Now we gotta go back into the cabin of the car and install the shifter, put it all back together. We are back in the cabin of the car. Gotta put this shifter back in. Okay. Now we're just going to bolt. Still got a little bit of play there. Not as much as before, that's for sure. It might just be because of the bushings on the actual shifter itself. Like I said earlier, definitely going to order some new bushings for the shifter. That way all be new and we don't have to worry about that. Guys, this is significantly better than earlier when it was just all over the place. So that's a great sign. We will bolt our plate back into place. Actually, we need to screw these in first. We'll get these started. Let's put our boot back on. Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot better. Feels a lot notchier. when you're hitting the shifts. Well, that is a wrap for today. We did a lot of work to the shifting components of this car. We replaced old parts with brand new OEM Subaru parts, so this thing's gonna feel a lot better. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me in this video. I hope it was informative. I hope it was entertaining for you. We do have some other parts that are already coming in, like you saw earlier. You definitely gotta stay tuned to find out what that is. If you haven't liked, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It helps us grow as we continue to bring content to you. We'll see you then, or we'll see you another time.